department, fourth SAM. We have some questions about software engineering and regarding our subject. We have subject of software engineering. So we can ask you some question, right?
Okay.
So yes, my friend Dhruv Maniar will start with his questions.
Okay.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My question is, how do you define software engineering according to you?
Okay, so let's first of all let me introduce myself. I'm a Jai Kishan Gacha. I'm a solution architect and team lead at Spark-based Technologies Private Limited. So I manage multiple teams with the multiple technologies, including mobile, web, or the physical, like a software developing, including automation, cloud, and everything. So, as a what is a software engineering? Your question is so. Software engineering is not only the technical part where you write something in your any language, Java, PHP, Python, or JavaScript, anything. It is a multiple department effort. Like you need to define a business logic, you need to define a user experience, that how user will interact with your software. Plus, you need to implement the same logic in your language, plus the quality of the software and the how the final implementation will take the cloud. Now the everything is going on the cloud, so it is a different part. As a when you develop a software and actually hosting on the cloud, it is a different part. The whole automation process, that it is a high availability, how to keep the high availability, and how do you manage all those things together. Like there will take multiple people to develop one software. So software engineering is not a single one man job. It is a part effort and effort of multiple people. It is not only technical. You require a soft skill as well, logical thinking, your business, like how do you approach your business? Everything is different. Like when you develop a software, like it is for a which industry you are developing. It different based on the base. Like you are developing medical software, your human resource software, or the marketing software. Everyone, it is a different language, can be anything. You don't require one thing. So my in my definition, in short terms, software engineering is combination of multiple departments joining efforts, like the UI UX technical and the automation and all the stuff. Like there are testing as well in the part, and the communication is one of the main part. You need to communicate. If you don't communicate better with the client, then you will implement some other things which you don't like, they don't want it, like means communication. So apart from the technical, like this is the one thing which best keeps you apart is your communication. Like, okay.
Sir, my next question is, as a team leader, if your team has different approaches,
Mhm.
how do you convince them?
So as a team leader, you don't order team to follow your step. First thing, you work with them. So your team is thinking a different way, then it is fine, they can think it. Everyone has their own solutions. We need to discuss and come to the solution which we will go with as a team, not the I say or someone else says which is better for the project or the software. We go on that one.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. My name is Pete Thakkar. I am from Depstar C. My ID number is 174. So my question is that what are the terms and conditions for your uh, project?
uh, which, what do you mean by what is your terms and condition?
Like I am a client, I am come to you and I say મને કઈ બનાવીને આપો તો તમારી ટર્મ્સ એન્ડ કન્ડિશન્સ શું હશે કે તમારી રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ એન્ડ ટર્મ્સ એન્ડ
Yeah,
કન્ડિશન્સ.
got your point. First of all, you must have some idea, like what do you exactly want to you develop. Like, so let's say some client came and they want let's say there is America, first Uber came, now the India Uber come afterwards. So someone came with the other country and they want a Uber, but what exactly you need in Uber, like what type of facility. Like Uber is quite big, you need to define each and one. If you have the diagram and the everything functionality written up, then it is fine. That if don't have, then we support you to do the define and final before starting the actual work. There must be plan, functionality finalization, and the functionality finalization and some figma, like how your software will look like from the mobile application. Some basic mock-up should be ready, that how the user will flow. Like when user come, there should be sign, they will register your website, and or without they go as a guest, everything should be defined by one term. And there are also the other stuff as well, which is the business part. It is a different thing, but for the technical stuff, it should be clear one.
Okay, sir.
So,
My
sir,
name
you
is
don't.
Manali Mankar.
So you don't require your client to be exactly clear about their requirements. They can or cannot be clear.
Yeah, it is a way, like at least there should be 80% clear. 20%, which is third party dependency, it should be addressed later. Like there is a third party dependency, then it can be addressed. Or there is a level like he is not finalized how it will go, but at least he has some idea that what he want to develop. Everything is not clear. It will change in the project when the time comes, but at least 80 or 70% should be the clear one, so we can move forward. It is better for estimation. Like if client comes with the argument that I want to build a Uber, how can I give them a time it will done in 1 month or 6 months or 8 months or 2 year? At least they have some idea what in the Uber they exactly want. At least somewhat clarity we want from the client side as well. If they are not clear, then there will be multi-call schedule and discussion. But it is a part of the job. But at least
Okay,
some
okay, sir.
finalities will be like we come on a agreement. We called there will be contract as well as the FRD, full resource diagram. Like everything will be from the graph to flow and the basic mockup we will create.
Hi sir, my name is Manali Mankar. My ID number is D23DCE168. My question is, how do you conduct code review within your team?
So code review is a one thing, like it require human effort. But when you go to the development side, there are multiple open source solution as well as pet solution are available. So you can do the if you are familiar with the CI/CD concept, whenever someone do push a code on the Git, it will automatically deploy in your dev area. So in that pipeline, we automatically implement our tool. There are two types of code quality. There are manual is there, we do, but it is not regularly done. But there are tool SAST and DAST which we implemented. The SAST and the SAST tool are quite AI, and the Sonar Cloud, and there are others available, sync and everything. You can implement where it will give you the bug, code quality, or someone you miss the comma, everything. And dynamic application testing will test your software throughout the request and everything. Or SQL injection, there you can program it like setting it that way. So it will test your software if you put a bug, or you by mistake push your password in the code as a statically instead of encrypted. Everything tools is available. Instead of human effort, we do the code review that way. And the when required or bi-weekly or monthly, we do the code review as well.
Okay.
So, sir, can you explain what kind of tools can be used at our level to uh, perform code reviews? As we are working on a project with in a team of 5 or 6 developers. So, how can we improve our code stability and documentation?
uh, so code quality and everything, for the your team, you can go with a Sonar Cube open source software which can be set up in PC, and you can set up a basic tutorial. It will be the easier one. There are advanced tool available, paid and everything, but Sonar Cube basic. And there you will set up there are you need to set up some rules related to the setting as well, like your language setting. Like same rule for the PHP won't work for the JavaScript, and JavaScript rule won't work for the Python. So you can set it up differently, and there you can start with it. So where what it will give you, that it will give you the particular syntax about the, like everyone should put a, if someone's try to let's say if else condition, someone tries the if and then square round bracket and the curly bracket, someone write in the same line, someone write what they do, they put a enter and write a curly bracket and new line. So there won't be the like syncing. So what Sonar Cube does, whatever you define the rule for the project, it will follow them and give you the error when you scan it, and you can do it.
Okay, sir. So my next question will be, how your team can manage documentation. As a software engineer, what do you do to enforce your team to manage the documentation? As we know, code documentation is very important part as it will require in later parts.
So yeah, it is a multi-part. So in technical side, when you do the actual development in the your side, it is a student life you don't follow. But in actual side, when you come for the actual dev, there is a role called BA or the project coordinator who look after the main logic like the flow diagram and the condition and everything, major logic, which is a write in doc file or the Google, or there are tools available as well. This is a one part which is done, that it will be the write the flow, like someone does the payment subscription flow, how the subscription flow work. So he will create, or he or she will create a diagram. So second part, first part is that one. Second one comes the developer at the developer end. So what we do, we follow the guideline of the like a open API. So they write it inline code, or when there is a complex code, they write a single line comment, or the we don't prefer the multi-line comment because it complicates the code. So we prefer a single line comment whenever it is required. And the open API documentation, which define every parameter and every request which is gone through the project. That is the second part. And the third one is a data definition diagram for your DB structure. We use online tool called dbdiagram.io, which manages our database definition, and we regularly update it for the relation in every structure.
So it will be like a README file.
Yeah, readme is a good when you readme is a easier version. Like readme can't be the bigger one. Like readme will be longer one if we do the everything in one place. You can set it up the how to set up your project and get it running for the developer for the initial purpose. But afterward, everything should be the one place in the software, some software or some folder in Google Drive or wherever you mention. It can't be in the single readme file. So we prefer other ways. And it is readme is hard to do, like a be another person who is actually reading the code, like the higher management or anyone manager level, they are not familiar with the readme if something want to change. Readme is good for the developer purpose, we write it. If we need to create in particular folder, then we do it, but it is only for the developer purpose to the guiding basic thing. But apart from that, we also do the inline coding as well.
Okay, sir. My next question is describe your test strategy.
So test is a quite integral part of software development. So there are a test strategy in terms of, we do have a manual testing first of all, which is our most of the QA person does. It is a simple thing, like the whenever new feature release, that does the that feature review, and something is broken which is existing development and they find it, then they review the whole platform. That is the one part. Apart from that, there is a unit testing. So unit testing, we can't write it the every like a whole project unit testing. We decide the main functionality which is required for our platform. So we try with the user cases, like the what is the wrong and what is right. So if you pass the right input, you will get the right output. If you pass a wrong input, then it will result a error or the wrong input. It shouldn't be giving you the actual original output. So we write a different unit test case.
Okay.
So, sir, after all this process done, your software is being delivered to the client. So, how will your company improve the customer satisfaction? So, the customer satisfaction will be the topmost priority of
So
almost every company.
yeah, so software is everything. So mostly we follow the three environment approach, or two environments. One is a dev and one is a production. By default, everything does on the dev side and testing and everything. Production is once it is launched to the client, it is go to the production environment, which is actually hosted on client server. So on our server, what we don't regularly push and launch it everywhere and do regular testing. But on the client server side, we don't deploy it everywhere. And there is a git branch strategy we implement, that everything is not done. There are two branches, production branch and the development. That dev branch code, development branch contains the development code, and the production branch contains the production code. And apart from that, whatever feature we are developing, it is in separate branch, and it will be merged into dev and production, not the dev to directly production. So it will keep our like a structure in the place, that we are familiar with what is in dev and production. And the customer satisfaction is like a, once it is launched, we give a 2 month free support to the every client for the any bug we came in. Like it is a part of the, like everything is can't be the perfect on the same day. Once it deploy, it is going to bug, but how you respond to them, it is the part. Like it is a different thing to go in production and resolve the bug. and when it is in dev.
So most of the companies will try to resolve almost all the bugs before it go live.
Yeah, it is, most of the things will be resolved. And when you go to production, every time bug will come, but it will be resolved. Like once you mature the things in the what happen in the dev stage, there are limited people are be using. One is developer using, one the tester, one be a limited project manager, whatever the, there are 10 to 15 people maximum, client one or two clients will be using. When it go to production, it will be used by 100 or 1000 people. It will be the different scenario. At that time you will find some of the bugs which are can be done and resolved that time, and it will be done on the priority basis. Like if it is affecting major of the user, then it will be done at the time within 8 or 12 hours. If it is not that much big change, then it will be added as a backlog, which will come in the next sprint or whatever we do.
Okay, okay.
Yes. We are CMI level 3 company. So so there are no three, like we are the CMI level 3. So CMI level 3 to gives the company which follow the particular process for the client onboarding, the developing process, the like the CMI level 3 represent the standard in the industry, which will be given to the company on the individual basis, from the review, the employee strength, and the that processes. That how do you, you know, how do you introduce the company to do, like once the client came, how the process agile follow, how do you follow the, you heard the waterfall strategy, agile strategy for the project development, which is going to be implemented in real way. It is not as a simple step as like it is in book, but there include the one or two extra step which is the part of the process, and it is a continuous support. Yes. Yes. Yes, we are ISO certified. Let me tell you, our one. We are ISO certified 27001. We are ISO 27001 certified company.
Okay, sir. So I have a question. So how do your team collect the user feedback from your web development?
So it differ to client basis. Normally, the we directly don't communicate with the client user because we are B2B or B2C company. So we develop software for the others. So they either have a software in place which will collect when something happen error or you have a button, when you click it, it will open the form on the platform and as a pop-up, and it will collect a review, or there is a contact us or the report form, or they can directly write to the email based on the criteria, and when the communication goes through email most of the time, and there are project manager to software as well.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so as I previously mentioned, it is totally based on the priority of the task. Like everything don't need to present as a right time. If it is affecting whole platform and it like platform is not running totally, then it will be the done as a first priority in the 8 to 12 or maximum for 24 hours. But if it's a little bit low priority at that some form is totally, that form is not used that much time, like one or two user coming at that form, or the limited visibility or validation not working properly, then 24 to 48 or 72 hours, that is second. And if there is a no totally, that it is not affecting user, or there is some design change or some extra thing need to be added, and it is not topmost priority, then we added as a backlog. Backlog is what, that it will be done at the next sprint iteration, when the new when the new feature will be developed, it will take at the same time everything, so user developer can focus on the main priority and bug.
So, sir, we talked about some software engineering development cycles, right?
Mm.
So, can you tell us more about what kind of cycles does your company use, and what can be the best according to the
So
software and project?
there is a nothing called best, good, or the perfect anything. Everything goes project to project. It is totally different because it is not a one thing. Like when you are talking with person to person, it is a tough. Like everyone doesn't work the same way as everyone does. Like we are working in IT, you are going to work in IT, but the client whom you are talking to, they are not from the IT. There can be any industry. They don't understand the agile or the waterfall strategy or the particular. So you have to adjust based on the client. But internally for the project management, we prefer to agile, some sort of agile. So we continuously delivering something to the client. So client knows our project, our progress that we are working on it. And once the everything is noticed, and we keep the client in communication with us, so they are aware of the progress or the bug or something came.
So, it will be like a version control, internal version control.
No, version control is, yeah, version control is you are talking about, then it is Git coding level. But project management is a different part of the our software engineering where you will be managing. So there is a in the what let me to tell you in little bit detail. So there is a current sprint what developer is currently working on. It will be either 2 to 4 week sprint. So what they have a task, we decide it every month that what will be the next task, and it will continue the cycle. So something comes, let's you ask for the issue that some bug come and it is stopping platform to perform a totally like a regular way. So what we do, we edit in current sprint, and the but we already plan for the 1 month already in the advance. So when the new task come, it will come as a extra, so there will be left sometimes. So it will come as a baggage in next sprint. So it is a continuous development cycle for every 2 4 weeks based on the project. So based on the priority we do, like you can't take anything as a come like a as I come and someone tell let's do this, someone says it another day, we can't go that way. It will not create a proper output or better best quality of the product.
And sir, you will, like, as a software engineer, you can be working with the 5, 10, or maybe more people. So, what are the tools do you use to manage those people in a single place so
So
that everyone knows what to do in that particular day, particular time?
so there are, apart from tools, apart from tools, you require one thing is a communication, which is not a tool or anything. It is a skill. You need to communicate throughout, and every day you need to take a scrum, 15 or 20 minute meeting to recap what they did tomorrow and what is their task. If they are stuck, then you as a lead, you guide them. And the tools, there are two tools for me which regularly need. One is an internal chat application which we use. We have our Mattermost application, and second one is a project management where the task and comment what they work, it is written and everything will be logged. So everyone is a, we can get idea that this man worked this much hours and this much type of work, and when the or in the what it does, the project management tool does, in case future bug can, then we have the log of who did work previously. We don't have to ask everyone. It keeps the record of everything.
So, sir, what kind of steps do a software engineer can take to like team building processes, and to have better coordinations between their team?
So team building is a quite, it requires quite effort. You can't build a team in one day. So first of all, the main person who has a leading the team or the manager one, he has to be like having a whole idea of the project, how the team work, how it works, and then he can divide the whole product into the individual job and explain each and every one to the team member, and they communicate better. If I as a team leader I communicate something else instead of what exactly want to do. Let's say I'm building a chat application and I require the group chat as well, and I don't communicate that we need to build a group chat application, group functionality as well in chat, then there won't be the group functionality if I am not communicating properly. And the Scrum is a regular part of our job that you need to present in the Scrum to give your update to your team, so everyone is aware of in case something is like you in the software there are the module we are developing but they are interacting with each other, so you need to coordinate with internally in the team whole day, like some let's say one module you are working on Shashwat, right? And the same through Joshi is also working. So there you need to coordinate both of you when the your internal communication of the module need some logics are repetitive. So let's say you are sending mail to the user and Dhruv is also sending mail to the user. You can't write a two mail function for the same functionality. You need to use the same function who write the first. And if you need extra functionality, then you can edit. Let's say first is you are sending mail as a simple mail with the body, and now Dhruv wants to send an attachment, then he can change the functions and you don't need to write a whole mail function again. They need to add up one parameter which will pass the attachment. If attachment is there, then it will be passed to the email, otherwise it will be not, but it will be the same function. You don't need to repeat your code.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
How do you improve the quality of your life and means, projects and
So all it is like you need to find your weak point, like you need to read other best practices. Sometimes it not fit your organization, you need to find what is best for you. Everything written on the net it will not work for you. You need to adjust based on your requirement, what you follow. It is not something that you can come with a read from the one blog and implement it on second day. It will try and error. You implement one strategy, let's say 30% of it work. Now when you go for the second one, you keep the 30% and go again implement 20% from the next strategy. So gradually you will improve day by day, week by week, everything same in the project thing. Code quality don't come with the first day of the project. First you do, then change and then bug them and everything. You are mute, Shashwat.
No, sir. Then thank you for your precious time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all. Bye.
Have a nice day, sir.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
thank you, sir.